Here's story time with Carl Wheezer. Once upon a time, in a small town nestled by the sea, there was a church cult known as the Church of Fish. The followers of this cult were deeply devoted to a mysterious fish deity and believed that by worshipping the fish, they would receive blessings and eternal life. At the same time, there was a notorious crime syndicate in the town known as the House of Scott. This syndicate was led by a man named Scott, who was feared and respected by many. The House of Scott controlled the town's underworld, running illegal businesses and keeping a tight grip on the community. The Church of Fish and the House of Scott had always been at odds with each other. The church members believed that the House of Scott's illegal activities were a direct affront to their faith, while the syndicate viewed the church as a nuisance that needed to be dealt with. Tensions between the two groups came to a boiling point when the Church of Fish accused the House of Scott of stealing their holy relic, a precious jewel that was said to hold the power of the fish deity. The House of Scott denied any involvement, but the church members were not convinced. As a result, the Church of Fish and the House of Scott declared war on each other. The church members armed themselves.
God.
The church members armed themselves with weapons adorned with fish symbols, while the syndicate members donned black suits and carried firearms. The battle that followed was epic, with both sides unleashing their full force upon each other. The streets of the town were filled with the sounds of gunfire and battle cries as the Church of Fish and the House of Scott fought for dominance. In the end, it was the House of Scott that emerged victorious. The church members were defeated and forced to flee, while the House of Scott reclaimed their hold of the town's underworld. But the battle has taken its toll on both sides. The House of Scott had lost many of its members, and the Church of Fish was left with only a handful of surviving members. From that day on, the town was forever changed, with the Church of Fish becoming nothing more than a distant memory, and the House of Scott reigning supreme over the town's criminal underworld.
That was so hard to read.